and welcome to another tutorial. In today's video, I'll be taking you guys through the process of how I made this beautiful asymmetrical neckline dress with side drapes. If you would love to know how I made this, please keep watching. To make this dress, you'll be needing 3 yards of soft crepe fabric or any fabric of your choice. You'll be needing elastic, your marker, your tape rule, ruler, and of course your pattern paper. So here are the measurements I'll be using to make this dress. I'm making this dress for a client. So to start with, you have to fold your pattern paper into two. Okay, to get the asymmetrical neckline, your pattern paper has to be folded into two. So I'll measure the half length. I'll measure the half length first, then I'll divide our bust measurement into 4. One side is for the front and the other side is for the back. So I'll get shoulder to bust point and also my shoulder to under bust. So this is my usual way of making a basic bodice. If you want a full tutorial on how I make a basic bodice, the link will be in the description box. So I'll get the shoulder measurement and also the neckline. So the depth of the neckline will be 4 inches and the width will be 3 inches. So on the shoulder, I'll come down by 1.5 and 1 inch for the back. I'm drafting the front and back at the same time. So the next thing I'll be doing is to use my ruler to connect all the lines. On the back neckline, I came down for the depth, I came down by 1 inch and 3 inches for the width. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to get my chest line. Now to get the chest line, you divide your bust measurement by 6, okay, then add 1 inch. So just put your measurements and draw a straight line from the front to the back. Okay, so that will be the chest line. So once you've gotten the chest line, the next thing is to get the armhole. So for the front armhole, I'll be coming in by 0.6 and for the back, I'll be coming in by 0.5. So the next thing is to use my ruler to connect my armhole. On the back length, I'll remove 2 inches. Okay, now these 2 inches I'm removing from the back, I'll also remove it from the front. Okay, on the front, it will be my bust dart. Okay, I explained it in my basic bodice tutorial. I'll get my waist dart. So the nipple to nipple is 7.5. I'll divide it by 2, then I'll measure it all the way to the bust point. I'll mark ½ inch on both sides, then use my ruler to connect. Just do it the way you see me doing it. On the center back, I'll remove ½ inch. Now this ½ inch is to eliminate zip bulge. Okay, so after doing that, I'll get my back dart, then I'll start imputing my measurements. I'll get the waist measurements and the bust measurement, then I'll connect. The next thing is to come down by 2 inches on the bust point line, then connect it just the way you see me doing. Okay, now this is it for the basic bodice of this asymmetrical dress. So the next thing I'll do now is to cut out my pattern. So I'm done cutting the pattern and this is what the front looks like. So the next thing I'll do is to cut out the 1 inch for the waist dart, then close the bust dart. So once I close the bust dart, the sides of the front and the back will be the same. Okay, so I'll show you what the full basic bodice looks like just now. So this is the full basic bodice. The next thing I'll be doing now is to draw my asymmetrical neckline. So from the side, from one side of the shoulder, coming by 3 inches. Okay, now coming by 3 inches, then from the shoulder, measure 7 inches or 7.5, depending on how low you want the neckline to be. Okay, now use your ruler to connect it. Okay, please, sorry guys, I didn't know I was not recording, but this is how I placed my ruler. Okay, now from the points that I made, I just used my ruler to connect, then I placed the other side of my ruler, the inner side of my ruler. Okay, just the way you see me doing. So this is just it. I didn't know I was not recording, but this is exactly how I placed my ruler. Okay, so even if you don't want your neckline to curve like this, you can choose any other shape. Like you can choose however you want your neckline to be. Okay, so after getting the shape of my neckline, the next thing I'll be doing now is to cut it out. Okay, please bear in mind that since you came in by 3 inches on one side of the neck. You have to do the same for the back basic bodies, okay, so that the front and the back will be equal. I'll show you guys what I mean, but before I do that, I'll cut out the neckline. Please, when you're cutting, you have to make sure you cut the neckline very well, okay, because if you make any mistake, it will affect you when you're sewing the neckline. The next thing I'll do now is to shape the back neckline. Now you turn the back as if you want to join your dress, okay, then use your marker to connect it just the way you see me doing, okay. But if this will confuse you, you can actually leave it till when you want to sew the neckline of the back, okay, then you can measure it to the neckline of the front and sew at once. Just do what works for you. So okay, I'm done with this. The next thing I will do now is to transfer to my fabric. So for the skirts, my length measurement is 60. I'm adding drapes on both sides. So my waist to hip is 8 inches, but because I'm adding drapes to the skirt, I'll be using 16 inches. I'll multiply 8 by 2. The next thing I'll do is to put my waist measurement. So I'll divide the waist by 4, then add extra 1.5 for allowance. I'll also do the same thing for the hip. Your allowance should not exceed 1 inch or 1.5 so that it will be easy for you to create a channel for the skirt. Once you're done cutting the front, place on another fabric, add 1 inch, then cut out the back. Cutting the skirt is very easy. So the next thing is to start sewing, okay. So I'm done cutting and this is everything, okay. This is the front, the back, the skirt, the sleeve. I'll have to do another video on how to cut a basic sleeve, okay. So I also cut a facing. I like using hemming gum to turn the neck so that by the time I'm done, the neck will just relax and it will look very beautiful. So this is my back, this is the back of the dress, and this is the skirt. The next thing I'll be showing you guys is how I turn the neck so that it will look very beautiful. When you're about to sew, place hemming gum on top of the facing so that by the time you're done, it will be in between your main fabric and the facing. By the time you're done, the hemming gum will hold both the fabric and the facing. So I'm just sewing the neck by 1/2 inch, okay. So this is what it looks like after sewing, and I also had to iron it as well. So after that, I had to sew up my dart, okay. Now I also did the same thing for the back. So I'll turn the back of the front piece so you guys can see how it looks. So this is the back, okay. So you can shape the facing anyhow you want. You can decide to shape it anyhow, okay. So this is what it looks like. The next thing I'm going to be doing now is to join the skirt of the front, okay. So I'll join the skirt of the front, then I'll also do the same thing for the back. For the back, I'll join the facing and also add my zip. So I'm done doing that here. This is what it looks like. Now for the zip, I only fixed from the neckline to the half length. I just fixed the zip halfway because I'm going to be pleating the back of the skirt, okay. So after I'm done pleating, I'll join the remaining part of the zip. So just watch closely. This dress is very easy to make. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to join the shoulder and the sleeves, then I'll close the sides. So I'm done joining the shoulder and the sleeve here, and this is what I have, okay. So this is just it. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to join the sides of my dress. After joining the sides, I'll show you guys how to create a channel inside the dress so that you can put elastic. So I'm done sewing the sides of the dress. The next thing I'm going to do now is to create a channel for my elastic. Okay, so to create a channel, what you need to do is to take the remaining allowance by the side, push it to the back, like push it to the back, then sew a straight line all the way down. Make sure the sides of your dress is well relaxed before you do this. Okay, now as you can see, the back is still open, and I'll work on the back after I pass the elastic. I had to turn the dress to the back, so I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. So the extra 1.5 or 1 inch you added to your skirt allowance, that's what I'm talking about. Just take it to the back side and sew a straight line all the way down. Okay, that's where you pass your elastic. Sew it by 0.6 or 1 inch so that your elastic will be able to freely pass. Okay, so I'm done sewing it here, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so this is it. This is exactly what it looks like. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to pass my elastic. So I'll put elastic inside and it will give me the drape. You can use 1/2 inch elastic to do this. So I fixed my elastic here, and this is what I have. I fixed the elastic on both sides of my skirt. Okay, and it gave me the beautiful drapes. Okay, so the next thing I'll be doing now is to pleat the back of my dress so that I can join it and fix the remaining of my zip. So I'm almost done with this dress. I'm just left with the back. So for the pleats, I'll just pleat upward. So it will look very nice. So after pleating, I'll join the skirt. I'll join the back side of the skirt, then I'll fix the remaining of my zip, and that will be all for this dress. So I'm done fixing the back side and my dress is ready. I'll do a different tutorial on how to draft the basic sleeve, and another one on how to cut a flare. Okay, so this is the end of this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Turn on the notification bell so that anytime I post a new video, you will be notified. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. I hope you've learned something from this video. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comment section. I have a video on how to make a draped skirt with side ruffles, so you can check out the video. I'll put the link in the description box. It will give you a good idea of how I made the skirt of this dress. Okay, so this is the finished result. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.